Hi, I'm Kate Sergi and a warm loving welcome to my video series. This is the first video of a 3-part video series of a subject very close to my own heart. And I just feel truly excited about sharing this all with you, and I welcome all of your feedback too. So I've been putting this series of videos together at a time, a very powerful time in our Earth's and seasonal cycle, at a full moon with the sun in Capricorn and the moon in Cancer. It's natural sign, it's home, it's the sign of the mother. We really are in the depth of winter now, and our first snow is even forecast for this weekend. So it's a time when we are naturally going to go more internal. That's Cancer, right? Go more and hibernate. It's also a time when we are more open, more receptive. And with short days and longer nights, we begin to reside more in that lunar consciousness, the opposite of the solar consciousness of illumination that we have in the summer. So I want to invite you to really watch and digest these videos from a more internal space and take these teachings deep inside of you. I feel so excited to talk about this work, and I want to talk about power today. It's such a huge theme in our world right now, with Pluto's transit going through Capricorn, uprooting and destabilizing a lot of the power structures in our world. It's also destabilizing the very nature of our own power as we know it. Our society teaches that power lies on the outside, and that this power is something that we must go after, must go and get. But we are also taught that power is more than just a force to do. It's about impact, it's about influence. And this kind of power is also about the freedom to not do, to not adapt, to not fit in. When you have external power, or privilege for that matter, you have a lot of freedom. And this kind of power and freedom is very appealing. But it's not really our deepest, truest power, and not as ultimately as satisfying either as the power I really want to talk and share about today. All of us at one time or another have used power as a shortcut, a power shortcut I call it. Whether it's as a parent or as a boss, we have all used our power to not consider the feelings and perspectives of others. And by this I mean we've used power to get our way. And for some of us, it can even become like an addiction, like a substance that we use. We can hide behind powerful roles, and with enough leeway, we can grow dependent on power shortcuts. But power doesn't have to happen at someone else's expense, and we don't need to deprive someone else of power so we can gain power. I believe women deeply understand disempowerment, and in some parts of the world that's still very extreme. But for some, this is now beginning to change. And the Dalai Lama even said it was Western women that would save the world. And I really believe that if you are man enough to believe that you can change the world, then you will. We just need all to get a little bit more crazy around that. Real feminine power isn't something that we go and get. It's cultivated within us. And women, by the very nature of our internal creative cycle, embody the abundance of spirit. So to just be clear, when we use something outside of ourselves, to make us feel good or strong, we grow dependent. These times will not support our sense of self-worth or love to depend on something outside of us. If we really want to be fulfilled in life, we need to really flow with the river of life within. I meet so many women confused about their relationship with power, and so many women who do not have a connection with their own power source, who do not know how to name, how to access, how to harness that inner power, or even release or express it. Many women's voices are mute, despite what we think. Our bodies are tight, our hearts are closed, and we have this energetic armor around us. And yes, we've needed this in the world, of course. And until we start to own and really express our own power consciously and consistently from within us, we will continue to have a reflection of the power outside and how, unacknowledged that is within us. So our power will lie dormant, and it will get projected out onto other people and in life happening to us rather than us happening to life. And so the journey back to real power requires a really willingness and a deep inner journey. We are all searching for real personal power, a rudder, a guiding compass that can transfer from context to context and withstand all the outside worldly threats. This in-source power. And many of us find it difficult to really embrace our power. I think this is because we're largely afraid of how powerful we are, and because we don't know how to embrace it. We don't have the tools. We don't know what it requires. And I want to share with you what it's like to really come into your power and what it's like to really remember. We need to go into remembrance. We need to remember what we've lost as women. It's the first step to stepping out of our powerlessness and regaining connection with our own personal power. And as much, as that personal power, that inner source power that we've forgotten about, there's just one word for it really. What it is the divine feminine. And she is so keen to really realign our thinking around power. So we are so more familiar with our love of power. We're so familiar with that, but we want to switch that around. We want to switch it around to touch upon the power of love. And her access point is love. The love of the goddess within you is so profound, so blissful, so exquisite, that once you experience that, there will be no turning back, and you will be heading on a path to embody her essence really deeply in your life in all ways. And whenever a woman experiences their inner goddess, their goddess within, I hear time and time again, that I've never experienced such a bliss and a gentle power. And what I want to share with you over these next 2 videos is more about this inner power and its roots in lunar consciousness and the different ways you can begin to really access this power in your own life. For the last 10 years, I've devoted my life to supporting women to awaken that space within. And I look forward to journeying further with you and through these videos and giving you an insight into the broader work I do as a teacher of women's spirituality. And I'm just so excited to share what's really possible and what our potential is as women. It's just so exciting because I see it in my own life. So if you want to take this journey with me, please listen to these 2 later videos. And also, if you want to go even deeper into this journey of lunar consciousness and experience what the goddess feels like in your blood and in your bones and in the feeling side of life, then join me on my workshop on the 18th and 19th of February. But for now, I'll see you in the next video where we learn more about lunar consciousness, what it is, and what it means for you in your life. Until then, blessings and lots of love. Thank you.